Welcome to the Walthers booth. We are debuting our brand new Steel Series here at National Train Show 2019. We're bringing it back. We've got all the same kits that we had before. We've got them with all of the detail parts in the box at very affordable prices. These kits have been hard to find for a number of years, so we wanted to make sure people had an opportunity to model steel as they wanted to. So what we're displaying here at the show, we've got the electric furnace on the far left-hand side there, and that's followed by the new blower engine house with piping kits. There will be piping extensions if people want to run that out to a number of different buildings. Right next to that, we've got the rolling mill with the reversing stand. Those come complete in the box. And then up in the alcove here, we have the blast furnace, which is the most iconic piece. Those are coming back as well. And with this series, one of the things we wanted to do is we wanted to debut some new equipment so that that folks can use new switchers, some new equipment, some new rolling stock. So we've got the new EMD NW2 Phase 5 locomotive in Walthers mainline that we're tooling up in celebration of steel. That's going to come in a number of different road names. That's coming in at the end of 2020. And that's going to be available with ESU, sound in DCC, as well as in standard DC. We've got EJ&E, Indiana Harbor Belt, and Union Railroad, as well as a number of painted but unlettered yard switchers. Right below that, we've got the hot metal bottle car and the slag car, of course, used in the operations of the plant. And then over on the far left-hand side, we've got a brand new tooled 60-foot Pullman standard bulkhead flat car. It's got a 48-foot inside length. We're going to be doing a pipe load kit for that as well. That's a brand new tool. That's why you're seeing the design drawing here. And then right below that, we've got the Railgun Gondola, which actually should be a big hit, not just for fans of steel, but also outside the steel industry itself. Railgun, rolled these things all over North America. Very popular units, very well, widely seen. And then just below that, we've got the cushion coil cars, which are coming back. We've got a brand new glass fiber hood that we're tooling up for the roads that's appropriate for. All right, so next up, we've got our cornerstone kits, both an N scale and an HO scale. Here at the show, we actually just debuted a brand new set. It's a sneak peek of our N scale two-story house and an American bungalow kit. Very popular, widely used houses within a North American area. And those are going to be coming out in N scale. We're actually going to be officially announcing them in October, but we gave a sneak peek here at the show. Right in front of that, we've got the new N-scale warehouse. It's a concrete warehouse kit that's very typical for industrial parks. And next to that, we have the UPS distribution center. These are the kinds of rail-served buildings that you would see in modern America, modern industrial parks. And they're easy to kit bash and to kind of extend so you can make whatever size building that you need to make. Right next to that is Merchants Row 3. That's actually in stock right now, and that's an N scale. And then we're bumping up into HO scale with a split-level house. That is also in stock currently. That just came in a couple of weeks ago. And then next to that, we've got the modern suburban station kit, which is typical of stations within, rail lines that are out in the outside communities. It's got a ticket office in the back, a system map, and then in the front, you can see the entrance and the name of the stop. And then finally, right behind that, we have the Suburban Station Platforms kit, which is perfectly matched up for any kind of small town type of suburban station. You can either put them end to end to make a longer kit, or you can put them side by side, however you determine to do that. All right, then on this side of the wall, we actually have all of our Walthers Proto and Walthers Mainline locomotives and freight cars. Starting out here with Walthers Proto, we've got our SW12 locomotives that are coming out in September. They've got the new flexi-coil trucks and the new full-length handrails. Absolutely gorgeous-looking units. And then just below those, we have the SD9s, which includes Southern Pacific units that have the full 5-light package in the front. That's brand new, tooled up for this run. A number of other road-specific features for the different roads: Milwaukee Road, Burlington, Nickel Plate, and EJ&E. And prototype accuracy is the name of the game, so we've tooled up a number of new features for each of those roads. And then following that, we've got the new E8 units, starting out with the Chesapeake in Ohio, which is part of the George Washington train. This is a head-end powder for that train. It's been hotly anticipated for probably about 2 years now since we announced the train. Those are coming out. They actually just got stocked at Walthers, so you'll start to see them at your local hobby shop. And they're sold out with us, but check with your local hobby shop for availability. Above that, we've got the Southern and then the IC units as well. Below that, we have the modernized Trinity tank car. They're modernized by way of different equipment on the top of the units, and then also the shield plating at the ends for new FRA standards. And to the right of that, On the top hand side, we've got some UPS delivery vans along with some UPS figures. And then our newly tooled 20-foot smooth side containers, which are absolutely cool looking units. And then the REA unit has a door that is molded into the side of it, which is prototypical, and that's the only road that had that feature. Okay, moving right along, we've got a brand new 57-foot mechanical reefer that we just debuted at the show. This is a brand new tool for us. There's two different versions of it. They either have the Keystone or the Hydro Cushion underframe details as appropriate to the road. It's a good-looking mainline unit. It's a 1960s build, but it was used into the 2000s. And then right below that, we have the GE Evolution Series diesels. Union Pacific's been very popular lately. Union Pacific, the railroad, has been doing a lot to generate a lot of fan base excitement. So that's been selling really well. We've got BNSF Southern, and then the NS Heritage Series with the nickel plate road and Pennsylvania units, with CSX at the bottom. In the middle here, we've got the 53-foot Thrall smooth side gondolas in a variety of roads. This is just a selection of what we have available. And then to the right of that, we've got brand new samples of, these are actually the first decoration samples of these new tools for the USRA wood boxcar on the top. We've got an early reefer in the middle here. And then this is a 40-foot rebuilt steel boxcar and a 40-foot single sheath boxcar with Murphy ends. These are all new tools for us. They're, let's say, war era units, and they're a little bit shorter profile, so they look like they're appropriate for the time, the 1940s. To the right of that, we've got the G85 flat cars, which is a brand new tool for us that we've been working on for over a year now. We announced them back in March of 2018. Very good looking cars. We make them in 4 different configurations that's appropriate for each one of the roads. And you can see that TTX is actually one of the main users of this equipment. We also have Southern Pacific, as well as REA and Santa Fe. And then just above that, we've got a 50-foot insulated boxcar. It's more of a modern, let's say, 1960s, 1970s boxcar that was in use through the early 2000s. Moving on down to the Walthers mainline locomotives. At the top, we've got our brand new GP9 Phase 2 with its chopped nose. We just brought a few samples of that, but those are in stock right now with the Chicago Northwestern and the BN. Below that, we have our first samples of the SD50 diesels, which are not out yet. Those are actually coming in December, but we got our first piece samples that are decorated, so we thought we'd bring them to the show. They're good-looking units. We have them in Southern Pacific, CSX, Union Pacific, here for the show. Moving over to the right, we've got our first piece sample of our 1948 boxcar. It's a modernized AAR boxcar with some shorter ladders, no roof walk. And you can see the different paint schemes that that's available for. That's coming out in November, and we were able to get a piece to show people here at the show. And then just below that, another set of locomotives. These are the Alco PA units in New York Central, Santa Fe, and Southern. Alcos always have this really tough, cool, distinct-looking nose to them that really sets them off from the rest. So those are coming out very soon. Limited supplies available. Check with your local hobby shop for those. They're coming in September. We also have the 60-foot flat cars, which come in a variety of different configurations. I can show you because it is very high up there. The body of the deck itself changes based on the need of the car. That's a container car. You also have general purpose flat cars, depending upon the use that the road would need for that. And so those are also available. They're a new arrival. They're actually in stock right now. And then just below that, we've got the NSC well cars, very popular unit that we have seen nationwide across the U.S., carrying 53-foot, 48-foot, 40-foot containers, even 20-foot containers in intermodal service. All right.